Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Aries. So, Aries, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So, Aries, let's enter the realm of playing the role or thinking that you need to play the role of the savior or the hero or the manifestor to bring to life or to make the dreams of somebody that you truly, truly love true or real. And that actually is okay. So, before I continue, let me just give you a little bit of a heads up. This might be a little bit of a heavy reading, okay? Because I do feel like there is something from the past, Aries, that is still distorted in your mind, and you feel like you have to um, keep on thinking or keep on feeding to your own mind that you are the one who can control things, the one who can protect another, specifically in this case. And that seems to be almost like a distortion of something that happened in your past. That if you go way, way back in your past, it's like you're going to notice how that episode or those circumstances, maybe from your childhood, how they have informed the way that you deal with a specific partnership nowadays, or how that has developed in a certain way that has molded you or shaped you in a way that you are more inclined to be in this role of the savior for another, even though I want to say it's not like they are in need, this person, this other, this partner, but that's what you think it's happening, or at least you have a perception that they, it's like if you make them their dream come true, then you're going to be seen or acknowledged or recognized or valued or loved by this person. And that's where the distortion is. So it might be a little bit sensitive because I do feel like there's a lot of like emotional uprising. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's what I'm hearing. It's like there's this emotional wave coming forth. And I feel like you have been trying to be a very logical, maybe very practical person because you're showing up here as the King of Swords. So, what I heard with this King of Swords is that you need to be very thoughtful and very thorough. And I know that the word thoughtful here is different than mindful, right? It's not, it's almost like be thoughtful in the way that you consider others, which I do feel like you put into practice, right? It's like you are a very thoughtful person, but also the part where it brought this other word, the thorough aspect of your mind or your decision making. It's almost like you need to be almost perfect, right? At least to your standard, at least to your mind. So being thoughtful in considering others, but also being thorough in how you're making things happen and how you are taking care of home. The tower here, as soon as it jumped out, it came with the word home. It's like be thoughtful, be thorough with your home, in your home, with your boundaries and in your boundaries, right? Or within your boundaries, maybe. So the thing about this tower is that is very, it's coming through as very rigid. It's a structure that at least here you have control of. And being the king, it's almost like the tower is your empire, is your castle, is your property, is your territory, it's your domain. So somehow you have this understanding, this belief, Aries, that you have to protect the tower and whomever is inside it, right? And before I saw any of the cards that came next, especially the one that is coming next that I'm going to show you in a second, I was thinking how these two cards alone, they already have this presentation of somebody that is very careful with who they let in or who they let out, right? It's almost like these boundaries, these frontiers are very sharp, right? With the energy of the sword. So it's like you are, or you have been embodying this sharp mind, this thoughtful and thorough mind that controls your domain, right? So this could be your own mind, right? It's like your mental castle, your mental landscape. But it feels like it's like you're very restrictive or very rigid or very definite. It's like, once the door is closed, then there's no going in or out. Once the door is open, then that's the only moment that somebody can come in or somebody can come out. It's like you are the doorman, let's say, right? Or the doorwoman. It's not because it's a king, you know what I mean, right? It's not gender related or fixed. It's just the way of representing your energy that is very sophisticated is what I'm hearing. It's like you have developed such a sophistication in your mind, right? And with this thoughtful and thorough aspect of your thinking, of your decision making, that it's almost like it's like you know better, right? It's like you know exactly how to control this, how to manage this, how to um, work within those boundaries. But again, I want to reinforce the fact that I do feel, because I'm seeing this king on the outside. So it's almost like whatever is inside is very precious. And then when this card came along, which is the Queen of Cups, that's when it got like really, really clear to me. There's somebody that you truly love that is inside this tower, right? So even if this is not your home, your actual home, if this is not like, an actual relationship, I want to say that it's like you hold their energy inside your mental space, inside your consciousness with great care. It's like it's very precious, whatever it's inside, whomever this Queen of Cups is for you, Aries. And this could be flipped, right? But I'm just going to continue as if you were this King of Swords. But whomever this Queen of Cups is, it's like they are here, and it's almost like you have built these walls around this one because their dreams, with the Nine of Cups coming next, their dreams are very precious to you. It's almost like you embodying this logical mindset, or at least this very practical side of things that, you know, it's a very masculine energy, right? It's not just the king energy. It's almost like the burst of forward motion with the arrow, right? It's like the arrow is always pointing outwards. It's wanting to go out. So that's the reason why I was seeing the king outside the walls, outside the tower. But the Queen of Cups, right, being water and holding all of these dreams, it's like they are the ones that need um it's like the quiet or the protection, the security, right? It's like if these waters are not protected, it's like they're going to just be drained, or they're going to be gone, right? Especially because like just the shape of the tower and here, it's like this very subtle indication that you have been providing the container for them to fill it with content, right? Content of love, content of gratitude is what I'm hearing, content of kindness and wishes and, desires and, prayers is what I'm hearing. So, whatever they are doing, it's like it's within these walls, and you are the guard, you are the guardian, you are the one who protects, you are the one who looks after, right? It's like makes sure that this boundary is protected, that it's you're not going to allow anyone to come in or even to go out, because even like it's like you're in this control um role, right? It's like you're the doorman, so you allow the energy in or out, but also it's like you are very thoughtful and very thorough in terms of not opening up too much, because it could it's almost like it could it's like you want to keep this person as a dreamer, or it's like you are feeding their dreams. It's almost like their wish fulfillment somehow becomes your wish fulfillment, right? And that's because here with the magician, it's like you want to be the manifestor for this person. You want to play the role for it's like the maker of magic is what I'm hearing. It's like you want to make magic happen for them, and that's the reason why it's like maybe they do have this impression that if they stay within those boundaries, within your care, within your watch, let's say, it's like within your protection, right? It's like their wishes are going to be taken care of. Not that they're guaranteed. I don't feel like there is. It's almost like even though this person might be coming through as a queen, I do feel like it's like somehow they haven't seen much of the world. It's like they haven't explored much outside of the tower, because you have built maybe, throughout your relationship, this tower around them to make sure that their wishes are protected, right? It's almost like giving them what they needed, what they wanted, so they don't have to go out, right? Unnecessarily. So in their eyes, you are the manifestor, you are the magician, you are the one who, out of nowhere or out of the blue, or, from an unknown source, an unknown place, brings in with their wish fulfillment, right? It's almost like whatever they desire, whatever they nurture within these boundaries, that you are fully aware of what it is. It's like you make your magic and you bring it to them, you make it happen, right? It's almost like a magic trick in their eyes, because they feel protected, and I do feel like genuinely they love you. It's like they care for you. They At the very least, it's like they are in a very good place. It's like they like to be there, right? It's like it is their wish fulfillment. It's almost like they always wanted to have somebody like you that would make these big moves, these magic tricks, these hard decisions, perhaps, right? It's like doing the thinking and they can do the dreaming, if that makes sense. It's like they do um you do the practical thoughtful, thorough aspect of this decision making, and they do the dreaming, right? So it's almost like there is this it's like this perfect combo going on, right? This relationship that works for both of you. But so you are the one protecting, they are the one being protected, and you are being seen, you're being acknowledged, or even like praised, just because you're showing up in their eyes as the magician. So it's like you are a god, right? Or it doesn't need to be dramatic. I'm just trying to make a point, right? But here's where the distortion comes in, because the devil coming here, it's wanting to be the distortion. And actually, what I saw, and here is where it gets a little bit uncomfortable, Aries. So just bear with me, because I'm trying to soften this a little bit, the way that I'm seeing. But if you're resonating with this, just know that this is not a criticism whatsoever, right? I even like second guessed a little bit, just thinking with myself if I should record this reading or not, because it gets to a point where, until you're here seen as the magician, praised for being the magician, acknowledged and recognized, applauded, or thanked, right? for being the magician for this one, I do feel like there is the sense of doing exactly what you need to be doing. It's like you are meant to protect this one. You are meant to guide them. You're meant to guard them, right? And make things happen. It's almost like facilitating things for them, right? Doing, making their dreams come true, right? But if you're doing all of this just to be seen as the magician, then that's hiding something from your past, because the Six of Cups is here. And that's the reason why I feel like maybe the need that you have to fulfill somebody else's dream, right, and not necessarily yours, is something that goes way back, right? The Six of Cups is almost like the seed of the Nine of Cups. But the thing is, maybe, and that's where the story gets a little bit blurred. And I'm trying to look at the bottom of the deck to see if there's something, but it's the Seven of Wands. It has nothing. It's almost like it's muted. It doesn't want to um, be spoken or investigated or um, thoroughly seen, right? So I do feel like it enters a realm of maybe trauma, maybe past situations that you wish that you could look back. If it was just the Six of Cups, you wish that you could look back and see the influence that your childhood had or still has in your life today, especially in regards to this relationship, in a very fond way, right? In a very loving way, in a very kind way. But this is where it's a little bit spiky, and it's not comfortable to go back to the past. So I feel like the intention of being seen as the magician is because the magician hides things inside this hat. And I want to say it's like the devil, right? So it's almost like it's like you need to do big things, right? So that's the reason why it's like every dream that they have, it's almost like you come in or you come through as the savior, right? Because it needs, in your eyes, I want to say, Aries, to be a big thing, because the hat needs to be big to hide the true distortion that actually fuels the need to be loved, the need to be recognized, the need to you perhaps be safe, right? You perhaps be protected. So it's almost like you are projecting onto this one the need to be protected, but really maybe it's you, right? It's like you're playing the role of somebody that you wish you had in the past, and this is the deep past that perhaps you don't want to see. It's almost like you wish that there was a magic trick that could simply just wipe away like everything from your past, right? Or at least it's like fill the gap from the Six of Cups associated with the devil with the Nine of Cups. So that's the reason why I feel like it's like whenever you do something for this one, it's like ultimately you have the desire, maybe the rational, logical thinking, that you wish that their wish fulfillment is also yours, but maybe that's not the case, because there is some sort of distortion, right? It's like sometimes you can hide the devil underneath the hat, but because it's here, and because the Six of Cups is reiterating the fact that perhaps there is something that is buried in your subconscious, in your past, in your memories, and it's wanting to be acknowledged here right at the very end. And it's interesting because it ends here with this guidance of, you know, if you feel like you have been, playing the role of the magician, the savior for this one, their wish fulfillment might have been your wish fulfillment for some time, but for some reason, maybe you are at a point where you cannot control any longer this desire to have your own wish fulfillment met, right? And so, but in order to understand what is that, it's like, what is at the root of that, maybe innermost essential desire. It's like you have to go back and you have to face the devil. It's like there is no way to cover this devil, right? It's like there is no way. It's like it doesn't really matter how big your actions or your manifestations or your magic tricks. It's like there's going to come to a point, Aries, that you will just have to deal with your past, right? And I know that, I didn't want to end this portion of the reading, this part of the reading, in what feels like an incomplete way, right? But I do feel like the Six of Cups is very personal to each and every one of you if you're resonating with this. So, and if it's not resonating, then just, you know, come back for the next reading. Maybe it will. It doesn't have to fit, every reading doesn't have to fit your story. Um, so investigate your past. There's something that you didn't want to see, so maybe now you're ready. Maybe now you have this reasoning mind. Maybe now you have the maturity. Maybe now you have the discernment, right? Especially because, maybe all of this reading was meant to just bring clarity in regards to what is actually fueling, what is actually beneath this dynamic, right? Or your need to protect this one and to fulfill their wishes, to fulfill their desires. So, Aries, I am going to pull more cards because I want to see what else is here for you. Um, yeah, I just feel like there is more, right? There's more to be looked at, even though it might be uncomfortable. So, alongside the cards, I'm going to pull from the astrological rooms in the extended reading. So, if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find link down below. If not, see you next time. Bye.